Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to UK Wrestling on this wonderful Friday night showdown. We are your pre-show hosts this evening. Myself and Mr. Red Brockers. I'm Shelby Siner, your usual ring announcer, ex-co-commentator, and Mr. General Manager of Friday Night Showdown, Mr. Red Brocker. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Well, I'm not too bad, thank you, Shelby.
Good. How's your week been?
Yeah, well, I don't think we better go there. It wasn't bad. We've had worse.
There's been a lot happening this week. We had quite a bit of news out of Wednesday Night Ignite.
That was good though, yeah.
Yeah,
we had some really good news on Wednesday night.
Regarding our third weekly show here at UK Wrestling, which is crazy.
It's really good.
We are adding in a
place
third
is going
weekly
places.
show. It's happening, isn't it? And it's very, very exciting that it is happening. And we are talking about the newly... It's taking over Wednesday Night Ignite, but Wednesday Night Ignite is going to be Monday Night Ignite.
It's going to move, yeah.
So Wednesday night is becoming Wednesday Night Mayhem, right?
It is.
Which is very, very exciting.
And Friday Night Showdown is going to stay as it is.
It's going to stay as it is. The OG is staying exactly where it is, which is good for my diary. I don't know about yours, but I quite enjoy my Friday nights.
Yeah, I enjoy my Friday. I enjoy every night here. I've got to admit, it's a good place to be. I'm glad we're here.
Well, we're very happy to be here, and I can tell you who else will be happy to be here tonight, but isn't yet in the building. Mr. Sid Phoenix, who is the new Wednesday Night Mayhem General Manager, which we're very excited about. He is former Friday Night Showdown General Manager before you came along, Mr. Brocker. But he, I'm sure he's thrilled to be back on a weekly programme.
Well, you could see it on his face in ring when I announced it to him, you know. He didn't know up to that, and I love that surprise element.
No, it's nice, isn't it, to be able to honour someone like that. And I think
he's worthy of it. He's a good bloke, and he'll do a good job, I'm sure.
Absolutely, which is very, very exciting. Also, just flicking through some of our notes for tonight, Mr. Red Brocker, you have a special. We have another announcement happening at the start of tonight. I was going to say ahead of tonight's show.
Ahead of tonight, yeah, we do.
Which we don't know anything about yet, and I'm not going to question you on it because that would be unfair. But I am very excited to hear.
All will be revealed.
What it is that you have to talk about. So what is it, Mr. Red Brocker, that is so special about Friday Night Showdown?
Everything. We've got some good wrestlers. We have some good fans. Every week we get, we get as fans coming in, week out. They're here, aren't they? The good support, and it's a good atmosphere in here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. We have such a good team of people.
Yeah, really good team. Really good team. Yeah. Everybody's willing to help out where they can, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Fill in where needed, as to why we are both on commentary for the pre-show.
Yeah, the second week on top this,
Second week for you, Mr. Brocker. Very, very exciting. I know you'll be having a special guest reviewer soon, I'm sure. But what else we do have to talk about, with the addition of a third weekly show, we've got the brand election coming up, which is where our roster, our giant UK wrestling roster, will be split into 3 individual nights, and I don't know or think that there will be any crossover. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen there. What do you think?
Do you know what? I don't know. I don't know how it's. I do, and I don't. If you know what I'm saying.
You know more than you're allowed to tell me, don't you? That's the problem.
We can't talk too much about it, but I'm sure. I'm sure we're going to have some fun with it.
We're going to find out, aren't we? And it's coming your way Wednesday night after our next pay-per-view, which is next Saturday, which is Rebound. And we already have some matches announced for Rebound, don't we?
We do.
On our social media. I'm just flicking to them as we speak.
Yeah, go on, have a look. Let's remind ourselves.
We have Pushing Limits 4 is also next Saturday, which we have Sebastian Mercer versus Case and Riley for that.
That's another good thing that comes out of Ignite, isn't it?
Absolutely. So we have we got matches announced? I don't think we do. Which is the social media this week has been crazy.
I'm sure there's something on there somewhere.
I'm checking. Oh, there is.
There you go.
I found it.
I knew you would.
So your announcement from a couple of weeks ago regarding that currently vacant UK Wrestling World Television Champion means that we're going to have the final of the TV Championship qualifying matches on Rebound to crown a new television champion. We don't know who's going to be in that final yet. We have one qualifier tonight, don't we? And I imagine there'll be one next week.
Yeah, we've got to have a few qualifying rounds.
Have we got one tonight, or is there two?
We haven't got long because it's,
next
obviously
Saturday.
So,
Very exciting. In tonight's qualifying match, we have Cliff Harrison versus fellow Dogs of War partner Jacob Reed. That's going to be really interesting.
Throw some money on there.
Oh, don't, because I've known Cliff Harrison for a very long time, and we've seen his work improve week after week after week in the ring. We've not seen Jacob Reed on Friday Night Showdown for quite a while.
No.
So I think I'm gonna have to say Cliff Harrison.
Cliff.
But it could be Jacob Reed. He could surprise us. He might have been watching every single week, seeing what's happening. He's got just as good of a chance as Cliff, hasn't he? So very, very interesting. We have Shake McToom has issued an open challenge for Rebound next week, which is very exciting. Anyone could answer that open challenge, and that's the thing with the round-the-clock belt.
Anyone can anytime, anywhere.
Anyone can anytime, anywhere. So he might not even have that belt now next Saturday.
Next Saturday comes, he could have been snaffled somewhere, couldn't he?
Absolutely. UK wrestling is so
it has
fluid.
Happened before, has it not?
But we don't just have one round-the-clock championship open challenge. We have two. Because we have Chris Castle's round-the-clock championship open challenge.
He's not the same.
It's going to be fun.
It'd be funny if one got two titles.
And we're going to say what we're going to do if they accept each other's open challenges. Oh dear. We will see what happens. But alongside that, it was announced last week, I do believe, that JPR is going to wrestle Mr. Tommy Dillon at the Rebound show for the UK Wrestling Hardcore Championship.
Yeah, for the Hardcore Championship.
Which is what Tommy Dillon has been coming out here week after week, begging for. If he doesn't win, what's it all been for, Brooker?
I don't know. Will he be still on strike? He went on strike on Wednesday.
Surely we can sack him, can't we?
Well,
if he loses, can we do a Paul Hubris on him?
Let's hope it can come that. Let's hope. We've had enough sackings this.
I mean, we've had quite a few, haven't we? We've got 3 weekly shows to fill now, so
yeah. So we don't really want to lose anything.
Can't really get rid of them anymore.
I think it might be time.
To do.
You'll get back in ring.
Oh no, not a chance. I
tried to talk Brett into it last week, but he wasn't having none of it.
I genuinely think we need to get Brett in a match at some point, because he's been here for so long that he surely must know.
Himself, might he?
He must know so many wrestling moves.
He's got to pick some up.
Absolutely. And Mr. Brett Hadley is in the building this evening, but he's not on our pre-show today because he's busy doing some photography things, as far as I know, which is also very, very exciting.
Yeah, it's good he does that as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And the last match announced for Rebound is between former Collective members Henry Winter and current Collective member Cayman Carlisle, and that is a last man standing match.
It is.
Because this feud with these two has gone on.
It's gone on far too long.
It's gone on for years. As a former Collective member myself, throwing back to my wrestling career, I've been working with these guys for years and years and years, and there was always an element of friction with Cayman and Henry, I'm not going to lie. They've always kind of butted heads, but they've got on just enough to be professional. So the fact that this is all coming to a head at Rebound is going to be challenging.
I just thought that we can draw a line under it then after that, and we can get on.
Yeah, I mean that would be good, but knowing these guys, unless someone leaves not walking, I don't know if it's.
I don't hope it don't come
I don't know what's going to happen, and that's the challenging thing about it.
I think a lot about Cayman. I think he's a good lad and he's a good wrestler, do you know? And
absolutely, and I've shared with Brett actually that Mr. Lawrence Breeze, who accompanies Henry Winter, as we know, to and from that ring, was the best man at my wedding. He's been a very close personal friend for a very long time, and completely disregarded any sort of friendship, any sort of relationship that there was there, and has gone and done his own thing, which is completely disrespectful and
it is, isn't it?
Not really acceptable.
You can't have no influence on him.
Yeah, not at all. You think you're friends with someone for such a long time.
Down a touch, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's kind of heartbreaking to be on the other end.
It must be there, yeah. When you've said all that, it must be for you.
It's not very nice.
No, you're right in sort of middle of it there, aren't you?
Yeah, unfortunately so. Have you spoken to anyone in the building today? Had any interesting conversations, Mr. Brocker?
I've had 1 or 2 interesting conversations, yeah.
I'm sure there were several going on.
That we can't really
talk about. This is why we don't put Red Brocco on the commentary desk very often.
I can only,
because he's full of secrets.
You're going to end up tripping me up, and I'm going to tell you something that you shouldn't know. That I give away before it's come out. Or...
Absolutely. When do you get a chance to unwind, Brocco? When do you get to tell everyone all your secrets? Or do you keep a diary?
They're in there. They're just buzzing around
just
all the time. Yeah, they never go away.
They never leave.
I get plenty of rest time, but I never get time to just let empty my head and let it all go. It's just all buzzing.
I tell you what.
I think if you cut me in half, you'll see it's
just branded like a stick of rock.
Like a stick of rock. Stick of Blackpool rock.
Stick of Blackpool rock. Speaking of Blackpool, this is a very, very weird segue, but in just less than 100 days, Brett would know exactly how many days it is until WrestleBration 14. Which was once held in Blackpool, which is where the segue comes from. But yeah, WrestleBration 14 just around the corner. Are you going to get back in the ring for WrestleBration, Brocco?
Who knows? I don't know.
If we ask enough questions, there'll be some secrets that come out.
We'll have to see what happens. We might already have a full card by then.
We may,
You might not need me. I'm getting old now, you know.
Might not need you.
I'm always available to put my boots on if I need to do you know what I mean? But
I tell you what, I'm sure there are enough people on the UK wrestling roster that want to step in the ring with Red Brocco that you could definitely find a match at WrestleBration if you wanted to.
Possibly.
But there are very, very exciting things looking to come our way at WrestleBration. I mean, we'll probably have the first TV television World Championship title defence at WrestleBration because we're crowned at Rebound, which is just before, right? Oh no, we've got one in between.
We've got another one, haven't we?
We've got one in between. Very, very excited to see what happens on the run-up to WrestleBration 14.
Like it is only round corner, but yeah, we've got a long way to go, really.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's...
We've got like 3 pay-per-views. There's Pushing Limits and Rebound on the same night next week, and then we have another one in June, and then in July, WrestleBration 14 hits the screens. Very, very exciting.
I hope we get as good a crowd as last year. No,
it was so full, wasn't it? Yeah, it's when we opened our tiered seating last year at WrestleBration.
That was right, yeah, and that was full.
It was full.
It was full.
And we're very much looking forward to seeing the same thing this year.
I do hope so. I just hope it. I don't know what ticket sales are doing at the moment, but I'll tell you what, if you want to come, go get your tickets now.
Absolutely, tickets are available on the www.ukwrestling.tv, and they're also available on our app. And if you come and join us on a Friday night or a Wednesday night or a Monday night, which are now all available to the public, you can book your tickets here in person.
That'd be brilliant, if we could fill every night.
It would be so good, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
And it's very exciting that all of these things are happening. We are very much looking forward to it. We can also talk about one more thing that went on social media this week regarding the firing squad. Did you see it, Mr. Brocco?
I don't think I have. What have they done now?
So, as we know, the firing squad are our representing the firing squad, the Brotherhood, are our UK Wrestling Tag Team Champions. But it has been announced on social media this week that UK Wrestling management decided that those belts can now be defended under the 3-bird rule, meaning Damien Black. There's too many D's in the firing squad. Damien Black can now also defend the UK Wrestling Tag Team Championships. He can be switched out for Uther or for Damon to see there can be any formation of that team that they want to be. So it's very, very interesting. What do we think? Will it change the dynamic of the team? Will they be a good triple threat, do we think?
Well, all 3 of them really are quite good wrestlers, aren't they? I would just wish that they'd put their good wrestling to the
good side,
rather than... Yeah, just, and... Don't cheat your way through stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's a good... I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I am very excited to see kind of when that first title defence will happen. I know that Uther and Damon Crow are a very good tag team. They've been wrestling together for quite a while. So it'll be interesting to kind of substitute one of them for Damien Black.
And see how that lands.
I mean, Damien Black is a very good singles wrestler and is also a very kind of good mastermind of the firing squad. He's booked quite a few of these really good matches for these guys, and he's doing a wonderful job getting them to the top. I mean, they won the tag team belts. They got there somehow, didn't they? So
Yeah, they've got them and they've defended them a few times since, and they're managing to hang on to them.
Defended them in a triple threat match at last month's pay-per-view, so they're holding on.
That's true.
It might be by the skin of their teeth, but they are holding on. They've got them. Tonight's matches, Brocco, we have announced on social media. Quite a few. Oh, sorry, Mr. Microphone. Banged my phone on the desk. Quite a few matches announced for tonight. We have Mr. JPR, the hardcore champion, is going to be meeting face to face with Tommy Dillon in the ring this evening, and I bet they're going to have a very happy drink of tea chat between the two. What do we think? Is it going to be very civil?
I think they're watching a different show to me.
Yeah, I think I see different things.
I think there might be quite a bit of come here you, I want a word.
Come here you, I want to chat. But we do have some matches announced this evening for Mr. Joe Sedgwick. Is wrestling Kaysen Riley.
He's got Kaysen tonight, hasn't he? Yeah.
Kaysen from Wednesday Night Ignite is in
and he's
the
another
building.
Good lad. But then Joe is a good wrestler, you know, and I wish things were different for him.
But we do know that Joe Sedgwick has been having his back scratched, hasn't he?
Yeah, Mr. Mercer.
By a certain Genesis wrestling champion.
I kind of think that they're both scratching each other's back at the moment, you know, they're watching out for each other, aren't they, and involving themselves where they shouldn't really be getting involved.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's slightly funny because Joe Sedgwick has been making such a big point of, do you not know who my dad is? And
but obviously, not using him, is he?
Obviously his dad's name isn't enough to get him by at the minute, and he's having to use Sebastian Mercer, who, I mean, very rightly or wrongly, is the Genesis champion. Joe still isn't a champion at the minute.
He's not.
He's not a champion, and he hasn't been a champion as far as I can remember since he held that Genesis belt.
Yeah, he had it for a little while.
There's going to be some friction. There's going to be large amounts of cash being handed to him from. But we will see.
It just depends how deep Joe's pockets are, doesn't it?
I mean, if they go into his dad's, then we've got to be a little bit careful, haven't we?
I don't think his dad's going to give him any money to pull himself out of mess. But can you imagine the tag team that them two would have together if Joe would just toe the line, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have a good relationship with his dad, that's what he should be doing. He should
Absolutely, and that's something that we have missed over the last year or so since Joe kind of made that huge debut onto kind of debuting his own character rather than just a juniors wrestler, is that we have missed the opportunity to have him tag with his dad and to have him do something really special with like a family bond, and he's missed it really.
He has.
Which it would be nice to see. I would be happy to see it, but I think Jonathan has a lot on his plate at the minute and is very keen to see the progression of 3 brands now.
He's got a lot of headache here, hasn't he?
He's got a lot going on, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got
plenty to be worrying about.
He does indeed. He also has a match to worry about tonight.
Yes.
He has a match to worry about tonight with Momentum of NRG.
And that'll be another good match. Look at Mo. Mo's brilliant.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of
I'm a big fan of NRG, and Mo is phenomenal and has come a very, very long way in the time that he has been here. I mean, that triple threat a couple of weeks ago with Sebastian Mercer and with partner Hamza Musawa was incredible, and they both put everything on the line to try and capture that belt. Yeah. It was heartbreaking to see. It was heartbreaking for them to be so kind of angry at each other, but that's what good wrestlers do, isn't it?
Yeah. But it was good to see them make up at the end and all, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
That was the thing.
That was what we needed, really. Yeah. If they'd have walked out not liking each other, I don't think I could have come back.
I think we'd all have been a bit gutted, wouldn't we? We'd have all been left a bit downhearted with that.
Absolutely.
They need to be together, them two.
That is true. We have tonight a round the clock championship match with Bishop and Chris Castle, where Johan Hunt is banned from ringside. Did you do that?
Well, you know.
It is my job to do that job.
Sometimes these decisions have to be made with that, you know what I mean? We've got to give Bishop the best chance he can.
Yeah.
But if he's just fighting Chris, it's a 50-50 chance, isn't it? But if he's got
That's all right.
if he's got Johan stood at side there as well, it's too much to put him off there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Too much distraction and.
Absolutely, and I mean Chris has defended that belt successfully quite a few times. Doesn't really need Johan with him, but you never know, those tactics and those undermining of each other is probably the downfall of that team. Yeah?
Yeah, well, they're all in all sorts of directions, the full team at the moment.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Persian Empire, it's like, whoa, what's happening here?
What is happening? I mean, they've got Leonie Rose is still hanging on in there with the Persian Empire. Chris Castle is also hanging in there.
Joe
doesn't want to know. Jonathan may or may not be. Mustafa Khan seems to be the only person that knows what's happening. It's all a bit crazy at the minute, isn't it, Brocco?
It certainly is.
But
would we have it any other way?
Absolutely not. We would not have it any other way on Friday Night Showdown.
It's good to have a bit of crazy, isn't it?
Absolutely. And we will be back with you for this week's Friday Night Showdown in about 10 minutes. Have a wonderful evening.
And you. Thank you.